Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class: Scythe, Dead, Mercenary, Deadeye, Commando, Deadeye, Sentinel, Saboteur, Psyfreak, Commander, Psyfreak, Commando, Deadeye, Mercenary, Saboteur, Mercenary, Saboteur, Mercenary, Mercenary chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you, your inner voice to be precise, an echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same, with the
Better half. My way is both better and brighter.
The best end is the one you decide yourself, and it's...
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Now that's a flesh wound. Glad you covered that up. Pull! Pull! Go on! The oil sludges everywhere. For most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Personally, stay on target. Finding things both here and there. emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Shut. That's not too bad. Uppity up up. Time to see what's above. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. What a blow! Cutting edge. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. That's the good stuff.
Ulua, mpa, wherefore, whereway.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds...
Peboko kontabe, tolitrea, ia maoloa.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but
Do wohu.
he doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then.
Peboko kontabe. Puyubut pai ketawa.
There have been rumors of a
Momomusu.
the legend of the one-eyed child that grew up.
Balungutulua. Ebazo tombubu. Bukububu tubuku. Balungutulua.
It's a scar you're covering up.
Bububu tubuku. Loma utulu. Ba yuwu.
There's no doubt you're the child.
Ku bubuyubu. Luatulu maua. Tuluwoya. Lu yalu batulu.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples
Papa mofubak. Luatulu maua. Far kubemako tofar titaba. Ka nuka nuburak.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hoped. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the... Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. The potato people, or Nono, you found one. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its... The small tree you saw... You'll need to... You'll need a... He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 20... One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to... He says you'd better hurry back to the... He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. He says he... The tree started to die when the the genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse. His friend Gizmo is working on a mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants... Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Let's see.